okay. I would like to raise some awareness on anxiety. I mean, it's hard to describe right now since now I've gone to counseling and have medication and I'm no longer shaking uncontrollably all the time, and my stomach is no longer tense. Like my stomach muscles used to be tense, and my whole body was tense. And you know, if I wasn't sitting all in the corner tense, then I would be walking around shaking, and I couldn't sit still. And like when I tried to eat, I felt like I couldn't swallow the food, or I was choking on it. Like I felt like my throat had tightened up, and I couldn't eat the food, probably because of anxiety. You know, my throat muscle was tense and it wouldn't allow me to eat. And then my throat not like feeling like I couldn't swallow. My stomach muscles were tense, and it was the first and second day, and on the third day, you know, my dad wanted to go visit my grandma, and it was probably an hour-long road trip. Hearing about going on the car and all those windy roads and the back roads and how fast he goes on the freeway, changing lanes often. I thought about that and I started to freak out. I got shaky again, and I was shaking so bad, and I was crying. I just couldn't stop crying. I was just so scared. I don't know. I was afraid, and I was thinking about, you know, all the emotion would get me sick and I would vomit, and I couldn't handle the road trip, and I just completely broke down and freaked out. I came upstairs to my room and started crying, and Mom said, you know, him and her would go. Oh, no, wait, she said they wouldn't go, you know, we don't have to go, and, you know, I was okay, but, you know, with that continuing, we finally got to I don't remember what happened in that order, but I just remember how I used to feel. You know, I was thinking suicidal thoughts, like I couldn't live, I can't go on every day like this, feeling like I can't eat, I've lost so much weight, and I was so hungry, but at the same time I felt so nauseous and scared, and I couldn't take a bite. Even my favorite foods, you know, McDonald's, I couldn't even eat or take a bite of the chicken nuggets or finish any of the kids' meal, you know. I already weighed like in the 90s, and then not eating at all, I went all the way down to 80 pounds. I lost a lot of weight. And it sucks. I had started getting anxiety, and my boyfriend, who's now my fiance, he was visiting from being in basic training. God, I forgot what it was. He came down to visit. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. I lay down in the bed with him, and it was so nice to be laying there with him and watching him sleep. But then soon I couldn't sit still. I started shaking and I don't know, racing thoughts, and I just started panicking for no reason. I would start crying, and I would try to cry silently because I didn't want to wake him. He was so exhausted from all the physical activity he had to do and getting to the airport and then there. He just wanted to relax and sleep, and I didn't want to bug him. It was nice that he was so supportive, because he walked with me to Denny's, and it felt nice to walk, like, with my anxiety. It was the sun, and I felt like I was absorbing the sun. If moving all the time felt nice, and the only craving I had at that moment was French toast from Denny's, and he was willing to walk with me to Denny's because it wasn't that far at all, and he paid for it. And I only ate like half, but he was happy because the whole time he was visiting, and I told him even before he came to visit that I was only eating like one bite of a nugget, and I couldn't finish anything, and I was afraid of eating anything, so he was happy that I had eaten something.